Hey guys, I'm ROBBENFF. I'll be your captain for today. I'm here with Commander Spring.
Pleasure to be here, Captain.
Today we'll be showing you Star Trek 2013. It's a movie tie-in. It's set between the first two J.J. Abrams movies. And yeah, hopefully everything runs smoothly. And Commander Spring, if you'd like to give us the countdown.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. I'll be playing Kirk. Spring will be playing Spock.
These are...
It's a third-person action game.
Yeah, kind of similar to Gears of War, Mass Effect.
It starts off with a flashback sequence as well.
Yeah. Don't give him an inch.
Which we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, we just kind of sit here. I get to be a little bit comfy for the first bit of this game. I don't actually have to do
I can
anything.
stare at Spock. He can stare at me. Yeah, it's a third-person cover-based shooter. Bit of puzzling, bit of platforming. Kind of like Uncharted as well.
Unlike most of my other runs, some of the cutscenes in this game are actually skippable. So you'll hear me mashing spacebar a lot just to get through some stuff.
A lot.
Yeah, first text right here. Robin missed it.
Oh. Sometimes you can sprint towards that door and get through it really quick, but unfortunately I didn't do that this time.
But yeah, I get to just stand here and wait. All the cutscenes are triggered by Kirk, so I don't have to do anything. I can just kind of lollygag.
It's walking really slow.
What's going on down there?
Commander Spock?
Are you there?
Yeah, come to the checkpoint.
What?
Have we desynced?
I think we've desynced. I'm standing in the elevator.
I think we've desynced. Yeah, I'm in the room.
Let me just let the light.
That's a great way to start this run.
Yeah. You're like halfway across the room and just standing around.
That's weird. Yeah, that's what this game's about. You know, just weird things happening.
I'll come with you this time, just in case.
That's never happened before.
No,
so
that's a marathon never happened.
What's going on down there?
There we go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, whoa, this is real weird.
Yeah.
You insist. You know what, Mr. Spock? A change of scenery might.
Well, we made it to the elevator at least.
You come with me.
Yeah.
Your shuttle's ready, Captain. But do you think
I'll do a little bit of troubleshooting and.
Yeah, pretty much for the.
some recruits could handle this?
Yeah. Spring may be having a little bit of internet issues, so things might desync a little.
Spock, get suited up.
But yeah, this first section, pretty much only one person can do the objectives, and it'll teleport the next person to wherever the next checkpoint is, really.
Yeah, there's no proper gameplay until we kind of actually get onto the Helios space station.
What the hell are they doing out there? Captain, the station appears to be outfitted with solar collectors, but they are unlike any I have ever encountered.
So
Mr. Sulu, do you have any clue what an experimental power station would be?
Yeah, this is one of the. We can't skip this cutscene like the other ones.
yeah, there's two kinds of cutscenes. There's like, well, actually, there's three, I guess. There's FMV cutscenes, which are like pre-rendered. They look kind of pixely and they're not very great. We can't skip those. There's in-game cutscenes which we can skip, and then there's in-game cutscenes which have the characters moving around or something like that, which we can't skip. It's strange. Oh, the internet strikes again. It should be okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe just Spring's internet.
Yeah, it's just me. So the first skip's coming up here in a moment. So what?
It's an interesting one too.
Yeah. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to climb into a little vent.
Is this the
And normally we're supposed to go through the whole thing and like go around and do a bunch of like extra stuff.
We need to get everyone out of
But
here.
I'm just gonna do a quick turnaround,
Captain, we
spring
must
set
find
strikes
an
again,
alternate route.
Very perceptive.
and then just jump into the ceiling above the into the wall above the vent, which pops me out of bounds, and I'm gonna climb down into the area below and trigger this cutscene, and that'll get Kirk caught up with me.
Yep.
And then we're in this
And
little,
basically here, all I have to do is disable these lasers for Spring, so it's easy for him to get through.
The anomaly and the failure of this station are most
so we haven't learned how to sprint yet,
Catastrophe.
so the best we can do is run.
A mild jog.
A mild jog, yeah.
Haven't got our running legs yet.
Genesis is here, Robin.
Let's get this open.
Oh, Genesis. Hello, Jen.
So yeah, Robin kind of has to wait
It's
for me
good
there.
to see you.
Robin has to wait for me there because I'm a little bit further away from the door.
Doesn't sound good.
Captain, I would not advise stepping into that scanner.
No other way around, Spock.
Oh, this is interesting. Your Spock is blocking me, but it's fine.
I don't know why suddenly it will be such
The
an issue.
desync is very real.
I don't.
I'm stuck in the room with the lasers.
I can trigger the cutscene. I think. Oh no! What the
Yeah,
fuck?
do that. Oh, this is all going wrong at the start. All right, there we go. The door's open for me. I'm
Oh,
through.
I just left at the last checkpoint. Okay, all right.
Very weird, this game.
Are you with me?
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the lasers are invisible.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez, I'm stuck in the laser room again.
Let me open up a new lobby.
Alright, it finally opened, but
Oh my god.
I think it's best if we go back.
Fuck.
Sorry. for
Maybe this
guys.
category should be internet percent.
It's 10%, yeah.
It should be. Or at least spring internet percent.
I've turned down the bitrate that the OBS is using. So, fingers crossed.
Alright, yep. You know, what's the marathon without some weird issues, you know?
Oh. Not a marathon at all.
You get to see Spring do his cool skip again.
Yeah, I'll probably fail it this time.
It probably saves around a minute, if anyone's curious.
Ballpark figure.
Because normally you have to crawl through the vent, fall down some, holes, dodge some fire.
I actually don't even remember what's back there because we played through that section when we played through this game casually, and that's it.
Right.
The other interesting thing
Get
is,
everyone out of here right away.
only Spock can kind of do this out of bounds. If you try and do it with Kirk, he can't. It's like he's a little bit shorter, is what we like to say,
Yeah,
and he can't quite make the jump up. So that's why I just stand here and I let Spock do it.
yeah. I'm pretty sure the character models are the same, and it's just their heads that have changed. But it might be the case that Spock's just slightly taller, just slightly
He's
taller.
a
than
little bit
Kirk.
slimmer, a little bit taller.
More handsome.
The anomaly and the failure of this station are most assuredly connected.
One catastrophe at a time, Mr. Spock.
Yeah, it seems to be running fine now. I don't
Yeah.
want to jinx it, but
Yeah, I turned the bitrate down by 500.
Australian internet,
Yeah,
it's real. Like,
it's a real
please help
issue.
us.
Somebody
Send
save
help.
us. Send fiber optic cabling.
Yeah, does anyone have a boat that they could just lay some fiber to Australia? That would be really awesome.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Captain, I would not advise stepping into that scanner.
No other way around, Spock.
Okay, so we need to
Right,
collect
sweet.
experience by scanning objects in the game. So that map of the Helio station is one of them. Spock needs 2,200 experience for the run, minimum.
And Kirk needs 2,800.
Yeah. And what that
Our,
experience
our
does...
fa-
Go
yeah,
for it.
continue.
Oh, what that experience does is it lets us unlock 3 upgrades. One of them is just like a cooldown on the pistols that we've got. It lets us just shoot a bit more before they get overheated. The other 2 are related to our tricorders. They're like our little hacking, scanning devices. The first one is an instant hack, which we can use to just instantly hack some panels. Not all of them, some of them need 2 people to.
You'll see them later on.
Yeah, and then the other one's a long-range scanner, so you can just scan things from further away.
We should engage mag boots now, sir.
Alright, this is the part where we learn how to sprint.
Yeah, got my running boots on.
Yeah, me mag boots.
Direct exposure.
Yeah,
As soon as gonna melt off your
my
back,
Nike
get
mag
cover
boots.
storm. Captain, we should stay in cover until it regenerates.
Kirk kind of looks like Spring. Kirk does.
Go now.
There's a reason why
Yeah,
I'm
we
playing
kind of-
Spock and he's playing Kirk.
We kind of look like them in real life. So I look like Kirk, Spring looks like Spock. It's kind of weird, but yeah, sure, I'll take it. I'll look like Chris Pine any day.
I mean, Zachary Quinto's alright. So yeah, the Helio station is failing. It's got these solar shields that are supposed to protect it from the solar waves, but they're breaking, and that's why we're being blasted by it. Oh, do you reckon you'll be able to?
Yeah, so this is sometimes we can run through the cutscenes here, and
Oh
yeah, if you're paying attention, you could see Kirk's feet
his little legs.
in the top left-hand corner. I was running through that cutscene, and this enables me to get closer to this next trigger, which I should hopefully be able to get there before Spring gets to his. And it basically like cuts a cycle of these rings that are going around. And it saves, yeah, well, yeah. So Spring got to his first, and I'll get to mine right now.
Spock can slow down the ring long enough.
And yeah, basically these rings go around, and Spring's got to stop it, and then these like little doors will open, and I have to shoot out whatever that is.
I think they're brakes. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're brakes. And yeah, basically when I run through that cutscene, it enables it to get it on the first cycle, so I don't have to wait for the ring to go around another time.
Yeah. And there's 3 of
about-
these brakes that we
Once
need
again,
to do.
if you're curious, it's about 8 seconds.
When the ring is stopped, that break is exposed.
For the most part, I'm just waiting for these bridges to come down. Robin does most of the legwork here.
Another one down. Just one more ring to go.
Because I'm Kirk,
Yeah,
and that's
it's-
what he does.
Kirk loves shooting stuff. That's what he's about.
Release the mechanism.
That worked. Let's keep moving.
Oh, God. Now, depending on the cycles in this next section, I'm gonna load the last checkpoint or not. Because the next area has a sprint across a big open area with no protection.
Through the core. Let's find that stranded crew.
And if the shields are down while we get into the area, it's usually fine, because we can make it across to the other side. But it looks like I might have to load.
Great. No cover.
Just to be
Yeah.
careful.
So that time, like if we ran across, we can only soak up one like solar flare damage. If we take another one, we'll die.
Yeah.
I believe we may be able to open those vents.
So
we're-
this one's completely fine.
Yeah, we're gonna tank this one.
The shot.
And then just sprint. There's a cutscene trigger at the end here that we both need to be there for.
Captain, wait.
And we find
Perfect.
my girlfriend. So there's 2 more scans here.
We were classmates back on Vulcan.
about 150 points.
Difficult for you to understand, Captain, but on Vulcan, relationships between the sexes do not automatically imply an intimate past.
And then you're going to see something funny. You guys get to see both sides of this now. You're going to watch each of us teleport into place.
Really, really strange. We believe it's to do with the cutscene skipping. Like,
Yeah.
they're not at their spots yet, so they just teleport in.
This station is salvageable, Captain. Oh, you think so?
I've been doing this dumb thing in this section where I run the wrong way.
There is no time to stop.
So hopefully I don't continue
Hopefully
being
he
dumb.
doesn't do it.
No time to watch the sunset.
Oh, yeah, there we go. He's learned from his mistakes.
So the girl we've just picked up here her name's Tamar. She's part of the, I don't know, terraforming efforts of New Vulcan, I think is what.
Yeah, she's like head scientist type of deal.
Yeah. She's also hot.
Spock's only after the girls in this video game, apparently.
Yeah. You can forget about Uhura. She's on screen for like 1 frame.
Tomorrow, simple solar
So Robin actually has control during this section, so it can kind of run around.
compressors malfunction.
I'm stuck in place,
Yeah,
but
I
he gets a
can-
bit of a head start.
Didn't appear that way to
I
us.
can vault over that little railing and get a bit of a head start to get to this next area.
Yeah, there's 1 second optimization.
Maybe half a second. 1 second's a bit too much.
So it is true.
This is a bit of a longer cutscene that we can't skip. Tamar's just kind of like giving us a lowdown on what New Vulcan's going on. What's going on with New Vulcan?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Jeez,
Robin.
this doesn't look good.
Captain, it's a PCAP Sys 3NC4.
Oh, SMP attenuation.
Oh, S47T.
Your station was
This
100
isn't good at
energy.
all. Looks like we're gonna have to go down to the planet and sort it out.
There's been a data links clearance, level 2.
Man, a 030 as well. Gosh.
Gosh.
Gosh. But it's okay, guys. Everyone, it's okay.
Down the machine if they knew this would happen.
Kirk and Spock have got this, you know?
Never heard of
It's all fine.
Spock is Tamar's father, and a great mentor to myself and the Vulcan
With
people.
Spock's pointy ears and my great hairline,
Why would Sirach
we'll be
shut
able
down
to
your
stop this.
station? He must have been aware that doing so would be catastrophic for
We'll be able to save the universe once again.
an anomaly.
It just never stops.
We need to get to the
We
bridge.
have to wait for Tamar for a bit here. She kind of like lingers outside of the elevator, wastes our time. Again, I get to stand in place.
Mr. Chekhov, tell me.
And I get to run back into the elevator.
I must request permission to join you, Captain.
Yeah, if any of you have questions about the game or anything, like, Spring also has the chat open, I believe.
Yes.
So if you'd like to ask him any questions, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm right here. Robin doesn't, and I told him to, but he wouldn't listen.
Noted.
I could have had
Also,
chat open, but
Vulcan is a member of your away team,
you know,
essential to the success of this mission.
saving New Vulcan's more important.
Oh yeah. So if you guys want to insult Robin, I won't tell him.
All right. Great. Now there's 2 of you guys drive me nuts.
Simon Pegg.
There's Scotty. Get to see him for a little bit.
Okay, and now we've been beamed down to New Vulcan, and this is kind of where the run starts proper. So there's 3 little scans we need to get. They're worth 700 total, right?
800 maybe? I don't know.
So there's the
Tamar
cactus.
sometimes likes to...
Yeah, get in the way. There's a cactus,
Or
some
Spock.
grass, and a bird. Oh, did I get in your way?
You did,
Oh, sorry, I thought you were well ahead
but
of me.
I'll forgive you.
Did you get the bird?
Got the bird.
Yeah, don't forget to get the bird.
Can we hack?
I'm hacking.
I'm also hacking.
So these
So
two
yeah, this
men.
is like...
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, basically, Spring's got to keep his cursor in the middle, and then I got to match up the line with his.
Yeah, the wave.
And this is also where I get my first upgrade, the remote connector, which gives me a 15-meter range on my tricoder. And that allows me to scan and open doors from a further distance, which I will be using right after this door opens.
Yeah. I can't buy my first upgrade yet because it's 1,100 points, and I only have 1,050. So I have to wait for a little bit longer. But yeah, those
So
two...
yeah, I use the long-range scanner to open that bridge before we get there. Saves a little bit of time.
Yeah. The two-man hacks are kind of like... They're like a limit that stops us from getting away from each other. They're actually super annoying.
Interesting.
They are.
It's so annoying. Oh fuck, I always forget that there's a box there.
See that? I did.
We pick up 3 scans there for another set. So each scan is worth either 50 or 100 points, but when you finish the set you get an extra 500.
That guy wasn't right in the head.
I understand that our lives were at risk, but we must endeavor not to use lethal force.
Agreed. We both need to use stun. From
So like we finished 2 sets for this level. There's the flora and fauna and there's the blood and guts, I guess.
Another disturbed individual.
So what's happened is these Vulcans have been infected, and they're just
Not
like
have it any other way.
berserkers. So Robin's gonna stun this guy and I'm gonna give him the Vulcan neck twist. And give him the Vulcan mind meld.
Are you sure you want to touch that guy?
A mind meld is our only option.
Do you get this cutscene?
No, I don't.
You don't get to see the mind meld?
Anything?
No, I
Oh.
just stand at the door.
That's interesting.
His mind has been corrupted.
Really handy if you had a code.
I now know the code to that door.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know the code to that door.
Captain, I'm
I'll get
detecting
this.
several Vulcans behind this
I knew you'd
door.
got it.
Their readings are erratic.
I'll get it.
May I suggest setting our phasers to stun? After all, they are
So through the whole game they're talking about setting our phasers to stun so we don't kill like innocent people who aren't in control of their minds, but we don't care.
It's faster if we, take him out.
Yeah. And then there's another set of scans in this room, which are the like computer panels around the place.
Commanding Officer Captain Kirk. Captain?
Once I get these, I'm pretty much set for experience for the rest of the run. I think Robin needs another like 600 or something.
Yeah. There's a room further on up here where I get to scan a couple of extra guns, some enemies, and that should give me enough to get the next 2 of my upgrades, and then I'm also finished.
Yeah.
And the rest is just straightforward. No more upgrades.
Yeah. Also, somebody needs to give Sirok here a haircut.
Yeah.
It's a little bit disappointing.
They can use it to create rips anywhere in the universe. They would be able to attack without warning.
Where's the machine now?
Oh, yeah, if I forgot to mention, it's kind of like a fully licensed game.
I have
So,
secured all
Kirk here
energy
looks like Chris
labs
Pine,
to prevent the device
Spock
from
looks like
falling
Zachary
into
Quinto,
outside hands.
Uhura, Scotty, everyone's from the movie,
Yep.
which I think is really cool. You don't see that often these days.
Your guidance is all we ask.
Like, I just like playing Chris Pine.
Got it.
Let's pick up this scan here.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pick up this power cell while Robin's kind of like messing about and stick it into this wall
Yeah.
panel.
While
There's
I
a
have
cou-
some time, I'm gonna get my remote connector.
There's a couple of those power cells in the game. There's one later on which we actually do some interesting stuff with, like skipping animations and things like that with it. But like they're pretty.
I'll get this door.
Cheers.
And yeah, it's like, since we're running through this game quite fast, most of the dialogue is gonna like play over each other. So you'll get maybe 4 or 5 people speaking at the same time.
Dr. McCoy, have you been able to ascertain the nature of the Vulcan's infection?
Yeah, I'll pick up this gun.
So this area they kind of assume you're supposed to like go around and rescue everyone, but we just kind of like cut across.
Yeah, we don't actually have to physically do anything in that room.
Appears we are now completely on our own.
Are you right behind me?
A guy is chasing you though. Yeah.
And soon enough, we're going to be introduced to the real bad guys. So that little pillar there, looking thing, that's a an ammo station. We actually we use those to replenish ammo, not for our guns, but also for our tricorders, because our tricorders have their own like energy reserves that we use to do the instant hacks. So we like stagger hacking panels based on who's got ammo or not. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and the tricorders, like once you do an instant hack, it completely drains the power. So it's a one-time use until you collect more ammo.
Yep. Anyway, I'm mashing shoot. I shot him.
Yeah, could you shoot this guy?
Yeah, I shot him.
Thank you. Good work, Commander.
So yeah, the bad guys are big lizard boys.
We should be able to get him on the first cycle. Yep. If you don't, sometimes if you don't kill him quick enough, he'll charge after you.
Yes.
And he'll pick you up and throw you around.
Yeah, it's actually really annoying. So, Nuka Quantum Addict Robin asks, is this game any good?
Is this game any good? It's my favorite game.
It's actually pretty good. You got to give it some leeway because it is a little bit broken. But it's super fun to play with a friend.
Yeah, like
fuck,
if you're playing this alone, I don't think it would be that great. But with a friend, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome, guys.
He does not appear to be answering, Captain.
But
So yeah, basically I'm just looking for scans here just so I can get my perfect exactly 700.
Yeah.
And that's my total of 2,800, so no more upgrades.
Oh, the
for me.
margin feels sub. This game was actually a bit of a flop, so it's been pulled from Steam.
It's been pulled from everywhere.
It's been pulled from everywhere. Yeah, you can't get it.
I remember, so like the reason why I got it is like I went and saw Star Trek Into Darkness in the cinema, and I'm like, yo, this is kind of a cool movie, and I found out they had a game, and I'm just like, wait, it's co-op?
Enterprise, come in.
So I decided to get it, played it, had a lot of fun, and yeah, just didn't play it again for a long time, and decided to speedrun it.
Yeah.
Only this year, actually.
Robin's kind of like he's newer to speedrunning. I've been doing it for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
But Robin found me through Alone in the Dark. And I don't know, he just started speedrunning because I was speedrunning, I guess.
With the checkpoint? Checkpoint.
Oh, checkpoint, fuck.
I believe that water is now an electrical hazard. We need to find.
There's two ways to do this
So
room.
normally, yeah. Do you want to explain, or would you like me to?
There's two ways to do this room. Because this electricity is actually kind of delayed.
Just gotta swap to my remote scanner. Well,
I didn't know you weren't.
sorry, that was my bad.
Yeah. The electricity in this room is kind of delayed, so Robin can run through and get onto the platform on the left, and I can do some jumps across these generators, I guess they are. And he can deactivate the electricity early. The other way is Robin, if we come out of that, prying that door open without loading the checkpoint, Robin needs to go first. And it's just a little bit more awkward that way.
They've nearly reached the surface.
Mm.
Damn it, we need to move faster.
Yeah, once again, I need Spock and his super strength to carry these power cells.
Yeah, look at my big arms.
They're really big.
This is this is the only Star Trek game I've played, Nuka Quantum. Quantum Addict, I guess. I have no idea.
I was really surprised to find out that no one had a speedrun for this game.
Well, there was...
Eventually someone else did speedrun it before us, and that's when I thought like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna speedrun this now.
Well, I think they did their run on Xbox or something like that. It's not the most impressive run. Not one to
Oh.
badmouth somebody.
Very good.
So right now we're just chasing down the Gorn Commander. Is that the Gorn Commander or is that just a random guy? Anyway, he's got this thing
I
called the
don't know who
Helios
he is.
device. Yeah, I don't know who he is. He's got this thing called the Helios device that we've got to get off of him. Oh, I'm kicking the
Hey,
gun.
that's my gun.
I'm kicking it. I've kicked it.
Kick it, please.
Can
Thank you.
shoot him?
I'm gonna shoot him.
I shoot him too. Oh, I got knocked down.
Gotta reload.
That was kind of unlucky.
Yeah, sometimes the reloads are a bit not accurate. Like sometimes you can press them before a cutscene and they won't reload in time. There's also like a weird thing with like it doesn't always keep the gun you have selected. It doesn't carry over to the next cutscene sometimes.
Yeah, or you do some action and it'll swap back to their pistols.
Yeah,
Like
it
prying
gets a
open
little bit
doors.
annoying, but yeah, it gets a little bit used to because sometimes you think, oh yeah, gonna go through this door, gonna rifle this guy, and then you have your pistol out,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit slower. But then again, I'm Kirk, so like I just want to shoot stuff.
So this section, I'm supposed to. Robin's like fallen down to the floor below and his legs hurt, and is about to get
Yeah, like,
crushed
I'm a
by a
goner.
Gorn boy. He's a
Like,
goner.
I need help.
I need help,
I need help here.
but I'm just gonna take the fall and just sprint over to him, rather than taking the stairs. And then I have to carry his ragged ass over to the gurney over here.
Yeah, another interesting mechanic, you'll also see this a bit later on, is when Spock's carrying me, I'm the one who shoots.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. There's another sequence similar to this later in the game with Chekhov, rather than Kirk, where somebody has to carry Chekhov.
The sooner we get you to the med
And during that,
can heal that leg.
the person who's carrying him has control over their gun. I think in single player, I wonder if it has
Gurney over there.
control in single player. Do you reckon the AI does it?
No, you would.
Captain, I will not
You think so?
secure your leg and hold off your creatures at
Yeah,
the same
I
time.
do.
I would really like to
I
be
know
carried
everything
by
about this game.
I'd really like to be carried by AI
You're enjoying
Spock.
I assure you that I am not. This may, I believe, you should now be able to stand.
Good as new. Let's get out of here.
Captain, we must find a way outside.
I am on my way to your location.
So the fastest method of travel in this game is sprinting and jumping. But the sprint has like a hidden stamina bar,
Not surprised.
which can make things kind of awkward.
We should work together to open this door.
So you have to like manage sprinting and walking, and then when you're sprinting again, you gotta be jumping. It's like super awkward.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
Spock, Kirk,
If you start sprinting too early after walking,
infested our colony.
it just like staggers you so much.
Mm.
Scotty, get us out of here.
Will do, sir.
Okay, so previously in this section we used to fight. We used to shoot everything and
Well, can you move back then?
die sometimes.
I don't know what you two are doing down there.
But just the other day we kind of realized it's all on a timer. It's all based on dialogue.
Scotty, we're pinned in. Do it now.
So we just have to wait for Scotty.
There's
to
one
finish.
action that I have to do, and that's use my tricorder, and Scotty will say like, oh yeah, it's time, you know, mark the target. And with the tricorder, I'll be able to mark the target, which you'll see in a second here. There it is.
Call down an orbital strike.
Mr. Scott, need I
Yep.
remind you that the situation is
So that's one of those FMV cutscenes I can't skip.
And there you go, they're all dead.
And then we move over to the other side because we're about to get flanked by
Ambushed.
some more Gorn.
Yeah, and we don't have to do anything here either. Thank you.
Love you, man.
It's a real bromance, you know, between Kirk and Spock. But yeah, like up until a week ago, we used to shoot both these two waves of Gorn,
But they just don't know
and
where
then
we
we're
are.
just like, wait, yeah, they're like, what if we don't shoot? You know, and we just wait it out.
Yeah, they get confused. They start dancing.
Clearing up. I've got
There
a
we go.
lock on you.
That means they are
And, like, if you wanted to, I could scare them away for you.
Get rid of them. And that's the end of that mission.
Full power, Mr. Sulu. I don't feel like
We've successfully
Sulu, check
saved
out
New
the
Vulcan?
hostage.
Or do they blow it up?
Yes, sir.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But they get away with the Helios device.
Captain,
Oh,
enemy ships changing course. They're heading towards us. Phaserback's fully
And this
charged.
is like
Ready when you are.
Hold weapons,
a space
fire,
battle of some kind.
3, 2, 1.
fire.
It's a little bit weird sometimes.
so we're both in control of different lasers on the Enterprise. I'm the blue one, Roman's the red one.
That damn ship is out there taking shots at us.
I recommend focusing all weapon
But it's
fire
mostly
on
just like a
vital points, Captain.
turret thing.
Yeah, so that's like a torpedo attack, and I believe it works. The scenes don't skip until you use the tactical torpedo on these bigger ships,
Are you gonna use it?
if it would let me.
Oh.
Sometimes it's a little bit. It's got like a weird cooldown sometimes.
And this part we're supposed
And yeah,
to...
this next part. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, pods fly down from space, and I basically just got to trigger the Enterprise's shields.
It's pretty simple.
And also, as we do this, like, we can't shoot while the shields are up. But that doesn't really matter too
Yeah.
much.
We don't really mind.
So yeah, there's the tactical.
I'm queued for play. So, Robin gets these torpedoes and I get torpedo trackers. So I can mark ships.
The attack fighters destroyed, we should
And then he can shoot them.
remaining vessels, Captain.
It's a little less inaccurate. Sometimes they do miss.
Yeah, sometimes they just completely miss.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the space scene done. It's really weird. If you play it yourself, the first time you play it, you'll be like, "What the hell am I doing?"
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
With their own people.
Because like the way it works, I believe the way it works is like you have to enter the tactical mode, which slows everything down to destroy the bigger ships, and you got to do that 3 times. Although sometimes we got to do it 4 or 5 times. It's really strange. Would you like to explain this part, Spring?
We're both in control of a torpedo. A torpedo. I blew up.
Alright, it's alright.
And we got to make it to the Gorn ship to blow it up, or to at least cripple it.
Yeah, and you get 2 chances. So like, if Spock fails, like he did, I still have a chance to complete it because I'm the captain.
We like to make a little game
Yep.
where where if one person screws up, they like owe the other person $5. There's a
Yeah.
few sections in the game which are kind of like a you know, if one person makes a mistake, it's just you're goners.
Full impulse.
Yeah.
So coming up next is the what's this mission called?
Quarantine procedures.
Starship
Frontier 17.
Frontier 17.
Jim, you should probably stay clear of the injured, just to be sure.
This one's got a bit of tech, but the start of it is just kind of like a pair of Terminators.
Yeah, we're forced to walk here, and then eventually we can get a mild jog going.
But then we get halted in our tracks.
I've been sent to escort you to the Commodore. I don't need an escort,
Especially an armed one.
But, Captain,
The Commodore has insisted.
Does he not know who I am?
I'm Captain Goddamn Kirk.
Like, everyone knows who Captain Kirk is, and yet he always gets stopped, you know? Like, they're like, oh, sorry, you gotta, you know, you can't be here. You can't do this.
Jim Tiberium
Jim?
Kirk.
Sir?
You out of your mind, Jim?
You will need to check your weapons before continuing.
You're kidding me, right? I'm a Starfleet captain.
It is the protocol of this station.
And Tamar's on that guy's side.
Yeah, like...
we do as they say.
So basically, we're not allowed to carry guns at this point.
Yeah.
So we gotta drop him off. That guy didn't do his spin for some reason.
No, that guy usually goes like ham.
Yeah, he starts spinning around in circles.
He's just spinning.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that? Did you just mantle that?
Yeah, I just put my hands in the fire there.
And then we pick our weapons back up. There's another fire here. I have to use my tricorder to activate the fire suppressant systems. And then Robin will get us in the elevator.
That also allows me to get to the elevator first to activate it. Yeah. This next part coming up gets a bit crazy.
So what it is, it's like the lobby of the Starbase. Oh, it's a cafeteria apparently.
What's the status?
But there's waves of Gorn that come through,
Be surrounded here pretty quick.
and we have to clear all of the Gorn from the room to proceed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out on the bottom floor and take down some guys down here.
I'm gonna go up here, and I'm gonna stay on this second floor here. I'm gonna wait for them to spawn in. And it gets a bit crazy here, because if I stay down here, the waves just keep spawning in after each other, instead of like a staggered way if we were to like both go up.
And I'm going to pick up a Marauder, which is the Gorn's shotgun. It's just got more stopping power. And I can just kind of like juggernaut my way through up to the next area.
We also have to kill every single enemy here to get to the next checkpoint.
Oh, where did these guys come from? I missed them spawning in.
We're good.
And then from here we can just kind of run to the next zone. Taking out whoever's in our way.
Jim, I'm surrounded by those giant lizard things.
By those giant lizard things!
Captain, we've lost contact with defense teams in Lab Section 1A.
We're on our way.
Sweet.
And then coming up we're going to be introduced to a new roadblock. And if I'm not mistaken...
If I didn't know any better, I'd say that was a turret.
It's a turret there.
That's a turret. If I didn't know
That's
any
a
better.
turret.
We may be able to
Kirk, I think that's a turret.
Or we could take it out the old-fashioned.
Pretty sure that's a turret, so yeah. You can normally shoot them, but you can also stun them with the phaser, and it will deactivate them for like a short period of time. So that's what we're going to do for a majority of these turrets.
I believe it is injecting the crewmen with some
But if we have distance on them, we can shoot them.
Take it out.
Because they do melt your shields really quick.
Yeah, they're actually over
extract our
Tom, I think you need to
but it's only a matter of time.
because I'm live. I think you need to refresh my.
One down.
Yeah, it's weird. The turrets aren't active.
Okay, all right. I don't know what's going on in this area. The AI doesn't seem to be responding to us.
Yeah, it's a little. I believe it's because like the weird, like desync.
Last terminal down.
The security of that data was crucial.
Anyway, in this area we need to take out 3 terminals to open up this door, and then I just hit the load trigger. Hey!
I also didn't have to do anything.
Hey, Night Moon and Print and Komoran.
This
Print
looks
proof.
interesting.
Print
You
proof.
would be best served hacking that
I'll let
network
you
to
get this
disable it.
spine, and
Okay.
I'll change to my hack.
Okay.
Right, ready?
Find anything yet?
I have not.
Gotta be here somewhere.
It is likely they will not be in one place.
Yeah. It flopped and it got pulled from Steam, so that's probably why you never heard of it, but it's pretty fun.
It's really hard to find these days. It's also on Xbox 360 and PS3.
Let's find it.
So if you have trouble finding it on PC, I guess it's best to try and look for it secondhand at like a GameStop or an EB Games if you're in Australia.
Okay, I got the mine down here.
These people are
Doing my hack.
Full of surprises. McCoy, we got your samples. Anything else?
I think I have all I need for now.
Good. Make your way to the shuttle bay and help get some.
Oh, big boy.
Already on my way.
He really wanted to block you.
Fully compromised. I believe there is nothing further we can do except to call for a complete evacuation. You should proceed to the shuttle bay with the rest of the survivors.
acknowledged.
So yeah, this next room gets a little bit crazy as well. There's a lot of guys that spawn, a lot of enemies,
Doc, I think the scanner's broken.
mines on the ground. Isn't that right, Spring?
Yeah, super hectic. There's 2 mines in this room that I always forget about. I always run into them.
There's the first one.
Okay,
Yeah, and basically I'm just gonna deal with this turret
I need to hack.
while Spring does his hack.
Yeah, I need to hack this during the fight. So doors open.
Right, the mine's also blown up.
Okay, waiting for you.
Awesome.
We're on PC. With the Steam client.
Captain, you made it.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get this game about a year before they took it off. It wasn't on there for very long.
Make escape improbable for the entire crew.
I want to say maybe like 2 years, maybe a little bit more.
Okay, at this point I pick
Maybe
up...
get to get a-
Oh, you took my
Oh.
gun. At this point I pick up a Ravager. It's like a
Cover you. Just get your people on that shuttle.
an assault rifle for the Gorn. It's just a shotgun kind of loses its value. After this point I need this ammo.
Yeah, what I was talking about earlier is like, before that cutscene, I had the rifle out, and then when I pop out of the cutscene, I have my phaser. It's just a weird little thing that the game does.
So here I'm going to give Robin some cover while he goes down this ladder so he doesn't get caught by these
I did something really weird there.
caught by these little guys. And then I'm just going to wait for him to trigger a cutscene that teleports me further down this hangar.
Once I get to the top of this ladder, there's going to be 3, possibly 4 enemies I have to kill. And once I get through them, it'll bring Spring over.
There he is. You can see him over there.
And you also get to see this really awesome guy just stand there
Yeah, just
and
stands
look
there.
around. Like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
That's the last of them. Get out of here. Go.
Jim, did you see that? We're trapped.
Did you see that,
Did you
Jim?
see that? We're trapped.
Weapon status.
Main weapon systems are now
Gotta wait for a sec here.
Situation is critical.
We gotta wait for this rubble to disappear like that, and then we can jump across.
The shuttles are fighting
And
chance. Got any
if I really wanted to, only one of us has to get to the next trigger point, so I could run around this area aimlessly.
Yeah, leave me to
I'll
it.
follow Spring for now.
I suppose it may be possible, but
Sometimes we like to race,
power structure, but it would only affect
see who gets there first.
charged shot.
One shot may
Okay. Coming up next is like, there's a new mechanic that's introduced. Oh, is it here? Or is it? No, sorry. My bad. It's a bit later.
Sensitive areas are locked down.
A little bit further.
Schematics show
Yep.
you can gain full entry in the security room.
Sometimes this red guy stanky walks.
Yeah.
We weren't lucky today. Oh, we didn't practice that new thing for this room
This should give us a tactical
coming up.
advantage.
You know, the one with the...
Let's keep quiet.
Well, that might be later
Oh
on.
yeah, I know. We can the red room.
Yeah, the red room.
We can try it once, and if it doesn't work, then we can do our regular.
Inside.
Disable the security at the console.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. You know, with your internet issues, you know, you've got me all frazzled.
yeah.
You will now be able to get into the inner control room. I have marked it on your tricorders.
So this area coming up is a little bit choreographed.
Fire the gore.
There's 3 panels that we need to activate to let us
Power system. This is
be able to do a 2-man hack in this room here.
We have arrived in the control room.
So
I have a little bit more to do.
yeah, I only have to get 1 of them. Robin has to pick up 2 of them. But I also need to
Yeah,
sort
so I'm
out-
gonna.
Oh yeah, explain what you're doing.
The door I
because it's
just
quite interesting.
hacked is for Spring to go through later.
to disrupt the power.
That uses one of my instant hacks, so I gotta go replenish my ammo.
Use your tricorders.
And basically, the next thing I have to do is I'm gonna skip like an Uncharted-esque area. This wall explodes, and I gotta like Nathan Drake it across, basically. It saves a ton of time doing this little jump skip.
Yeah, 'cause
It's not
normally
too
you have-
difficult either.
Yeah, normally you have to go around like the entire edge of the room.
Yeah, and like when Kirk's like jumping around, he's really slow.
Oh,
Yeah.
you locked
Oh,
that
sorry,
door
I
on me.
locked that door for him. Just making things a little bit harder, you know.
I need to put this power cell in
Yeah.
so that Robin can lift an elevator that's around the corner.
The elevator's going up,
Cool.
and this is where I use my next instant hack,
Can you repair it?
And once he hits that,
which I
there'll be a
didn't forget
checkpoint.
this time.
Ships continue to assault.
Yeah, there's a
Ready?
check.
If we do not arm
I'm
the
loading it.
tower soon, there will
There
be
you go. So I
Yeah,
load the
things
check.
get a bit hectic sometimes, and we gotta like communicate with each other.
foreign ships continue.
It's kind of hard when we're doing commentary.
If we do not arm the
Yeah.
tower soon, there will be no star base left to defend.
That was a little bit faster.
Yeah. So loading that checkpoint, it despawns a lot of the enemies. It gets Robin into the hacking room with me. It's just super convenient. So we don't have to deal with too many. Do you have a Ravager yet? You do, don't you?
The relay tower.
I do.
You ever have any doubts?
The odds were against
So there's a guy up on a
I suspect that has not slowed you down in the
skywalk
I'll take that as a compliment.
here.
Tamar, we will immediately proceed to the relay.
This room's pretty simple as long as he's dead.
process once you arrive.
I tried to help, but you know how those guys are better than I do. Because he was
Yeah, so
spawned
that
so
red
many
guy-
extra guys. And they kind of interrupt
Yeah,
us
he
from
has
trying
like
to
a
stall.
He has a little grenade he drops on the ground, and if you don't kill him before he does that, that's when things go wrong, which happens a lot to us.
Okay, this is the good part.
Go outside. Spock, get suited up.
So we're going to pick up a weapon here, a tool here called the ETT.
That mess. Tamar, we have come to an impasse.
And what that lets us do is teleport each other around onto
My records show
metal pads.
TT is available in your area.
I'm also gonna scan it just as I can.
I've got your tags.
Sorry, my game lagged a little bit. So I'm gonna send Spring through.
Oh, sounds like fun.
onto that first platform.
And then I'm going to send Robin through onto this platform in its closed off room.
And another cool thing is, send me. I gotta pick up an object in that room, a power cell, and as soon as like the animation starts, Spring can send me through instantly, and you will see it again here.
I'm assuming was the call for me to send you.
Oh, that's strange. I'm still in this room, even though you sent me.
Yeah, I must have done it too early.
That was weird though.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a call out or not. Okay, and then there's one last platform here, and this is going to be slightly slower, but just remember this for later, because this will come up again. So I'm going to send... Oh, confusing. I'm going to send Robin onto this platform, and he's going to keep me on here, and he's going to run into this elevator and activate it. And that's going to turn me up right ways and let me airwalk here. Okay, you can drop me.
Alright, dropping you.
Just remember that airwalk for just a little bit, because that'll come up and it's going to be one of the bigger time saves of the run. But yeah, I can just wait for you here.
Yep.
This part's actually super sick too.
I'll kill this guy for you.
Yeah, thanks. We kind of take turns going up the relay tower.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mini puzzle, if you want to call it that. Like, he has to send me, then I send him, and so on and so forth, until we get to the end.
Did that get you? Oh yeah, I got you.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes these guys here can be a little bit annoying, so I might kill one or two of them along the way.
So coming up, Robin's gonna go. We're gonna go down a little shaft with a ladder on it. And what did we call him? Daniel McCraster?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think
yeah, Daniel McCraster.
I think it's Daniel McCraster. Is the hypothetical map designer. He forgot to set the walls of this elevator shaft as non-teleportable, if that makes sense. So we're gonna tag each other here again, and I'm gonna teleport Kirk onto the side of the elevator shaft and hop on this ladder.
Yeah. So as you can see, like I'm just standing here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this portal. Hatch, teleport Spring, and then run through, which will trigger a cutscene. So here we go. Put you down, and I'll run through.
And so, similar to what we were doing with that metal plate earlier in the elevator, I'm going to be perpendicular. And I'm going to be able to airwalk across this room to the terminal on the other side. So we need to power up both antennas so that I can activate these terminals up here. There's 4 nodes that I need to activate. Normally this takes ages, but because I'm kind of like floating around in midair, it's fine. And then Robin's
and
gonna
I also stand. Yeah, I stand on top of the hatch, which opens and drops me straight down to the trigger, instead of having to climb down the ladder.
And then that's that room.
Really awesome.
Yeah, normally that room takes a lot of effort. When we first doing it, it's like, what are we doing? I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's one of those rooms where like you could do it like 5 times in a row, and you still don't know what exactly happened.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, like we found that like accidentally. Like I was just being an idiot really and just teleporting Spring. Like I was just clicking, doing whatever. My pleasure, Captain. And yeah, just found it randomly.
Yeah. That's how it goes usually with speedrunning. Like most of this is accidental.
Yeah, Spock doing a lot of standing around.
Yeah. Lazy prick.
I'm the captain.
So they take away they take away our weapons here, so we've only got the pistols. And also because we're spacewalking, we can't jump up until the airlock.
You go first, yeah.
Okay. Climate Spock. Thanks, man.
Just so you guys know, we had a $2 donation from Anonymous. No comment, but thanks for chipping in.
Oh,
Thank you. Every
And
dollar
just,
counts.
yeah, every bit counts. And just to clarify, no, I was not asleep or dead.
I don't think they heard.
Good thing we're making good time, sort of. That Kansas skip's gonna be great.
They should be able to hear you guys now.
Alright, hello? Hopefully everyone can hear me.
I'm just gonna mute myself so people don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, so as you can see, Spring's internet is a goner again, so we gotta wait for it to reconnect. Shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, last time this happened, none of you guys could hear me because we're doing audio through SpringStream. But yeah, if any of you have questions, I'm here to answer them. I've got the chat open here. That skip we did before was really interesting, and the mechanic for it with those guns doesn't happen very often. Like, that's the only section of the game where we use them, which is really unfortunate because it's really cool.
I'm back.
Hello. Oh wow, he's here. Man of the hour.
Is it bad?
Hi.
Hi.
Sound good.
Okay, alright, because I'm going through my phone now.
Alright. You sound less
Alright.
robotic.
I need to... it's back up now, but I've got to do some Wi-Fi settings, so it's just black. Network and internet.
That is definitely Australia, with the capital Canberra being shown. Send help. Need internet.
Send help, need internet. Okay.
This is
I'm
awesome. This is how I envisioned it going, so it's all going to plan.
Okay, I've sent you an invite, Robin. I'm just gonna plug my phone into charge. Did you get it?
Yep, I accepted it.
Okay, last report. Shouldn't drop out again. I'm actually using my phone rather than.
What happened? What didn't happen?
What didn't happen?
Alright, we good?
Yep.
Get to the command center?
Yep.
Yeah. See, kind of luckily for us, like, if things do go wrong, the checkpoint system isn't too terrible. So we can get back to where we were.
Yeah, fairly quickly. Yeah, fairly quickly.
I see them. If we combine our strength, we can open this door.
Sorry about that.
It's all Spring's fault. I tell ya.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for a new Spock. If there's anyone in chat who wants to be Spock, send me your resume.
Oh, Tom, have you got?
Spring, I hate to interrupt and talk about tech, but please turn down your bitrate.
Okay.
Yeah, your bitrate is way high.
I'm putting it to 1250.
I'll just wait for you here. You all good?
Yep. Also, I think you. I think you're showing an Australian map.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Forgot that I left that there.
Yeah, guys. That's Australia again.
Again, still.
Still Australia. We're still here?
Just let me know, Tom,
Yeah,
if
I'm
it's
gonna
still
pick up-
bad.
Have you sustained injuries, Captain? Surprisingly, no. You? I am quite remarkably
ammo?
unscathed as well.
I'll grab my ammo.
Oops, forgot to open the door.
Oh. I'll take these guys out for Spring.
Yeah. So
Technically, I don't have to follow Spring here. I could sit here, and once he gets to the checkpoint a bit further up, it'll just teleport me. Sometimes it does weird things, and Spock will start sprinting backwards. So we'll see if that happens for you guys.
Captain, there is nothing we can do. We must keep moving if we want to avoid the same fate. Just get me back to my ship.
He didn't do it. He turned.
Your assistance with this door.
it's the higher the better, Komoran, but I'm routing through my phone right now, so obviously it has like a bit of awfulness. So I had to set it lower to have it work better.
Captain, we are under direct attack.
Ammo here. What's my health like?
Use caution. They attack in large groups. I cannot fight them off much longer.
Hang on, we're on our way.
So this part of the missions, we just run to the end.
Yeah, once again, like managing the sprint is like probably the most important in these like sections where you just have to run.
I do not follow your logic.
And so what happened to that cutscene is when we got beamed up, one of the Gorn got beamed up with us, and so now he's invisible, running through the Enterprise, causing a havoc, I guess, killing people, knocking
Yeah, once
them
again,
over.
this is not another one of the sprint management sections.
Yeah, not much we can do here.
Lieutenant Uhura, we have lost visual on the intruder.
Just sprint jump as much as you can.
It is headed right towards security. They're standing by, armed and ready.
I want that thing contained. Do whatever it takes.
Aye, Captain. Captain, it appears to have changed course.
What happened to the security team? Never mind.
What is the creature's current heading?
What is the creature's current heading?
Officer's quarters.
Damn it! We cannot allow it to come into direct contact with the crew.
Attempted to shut down all entry points. Too late. He's inside.
Pretty good.
Lock it in.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Scott, open the door.
By the way, I just want everybody in the chat to know that SpringStingray out here is so dedicated to making this work that he is using the HOT on his to broadcast his co-op game live to us. So yeah, give this man a round of applause for all the hard, dedicated work that he's doing to make this work. Most people would give up by now, but not Mr. SpringStingray.
I don't know how far we've put us back.
It's the Commander SpringStingray.
Yeah, Commander Stingray.
How's that antidote coming?
It's a work in progress, Jim.
It's a work in progress,
Yeah.
Jim.
The DNA coding
Oh, there's one guy there.
Oh, I need
My
to pick up a...
drone.
If I'm gonna find an antidote,
Yeah.
I need to pick up a Ravager. Where is one?
someone who's recently been infected.
Oh, this Starfleet phaser rifle will do.
My drone ran into the guy and just blew up on him.
Oh no!
Transmitting samples now.
F.
Get me a cure, Bones.
F for that guy. F for my drone.
There's a little puzzle here. This Gorn guy
He appears to be
is
using some sort of localized
invisible,
mechanism.
and I have to activate these the fire extinguishers to like ruin his invisibility cloak.
On my side.
Your side? Okay. Oh yeah, I see. So Robin and I have to make
And we
callouts for where he is.
We should be able to do this. The optimal way to do it is in 3 cycles. So we're just gonna try and
side?
spot him as early as possible.
My side mid.
Fire suppression systems in this
And
utilize an opaque
that's a Counter-Strike call out.
Scotty, light this damn thing up. The security loca has shut down the system
Tetris?
to enable the gas
Your side again? Same spot.
never easy, is it?
This should be the last
would appear that way.
last wave of him. There should be a cutscene after this where he again runs away.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Captain,
Okay,
following the
now I'm gonna go around here and stand in front of this turbo lift,
not at the
and
moment.
Robin's gonna head up top and he's gonna scan the Gorn commander.
Playing field?
Yeah, his blood, like, we haven't killed him yet. He's still escaped. So I just gotta wait for Scotty to do his audio,
But our efforts may have
and then I
aided
can
in
scan his blood, and that's when
If we
Spring
could
will go down
locate a blood
and
sample.
follow it.
Yeah, once the objective marker shows up here, I can go running.
Blood sample coming your
There
way,
you go.
Mr. Scott.
I'll get right on it, sir.
And once again, I just stay here. Spring does his thing, and it'll teleport me down
Captain, I
when he
fear
hits
that
the
this
trigger.
might consider the
So this next section's kind of scary,
No, Captain.
because the turbo lifts are still running.
Scary, scary for Spring.
It's scary for me because I'm bad at it. The turbo lifts are still running, so I need to stay out of their way, otherwise, I'm getting flattened.
Goner.
Yeah, I'm a goner.
Mr. Chekhov, may I stress the urgency of this?
And this is like, once again, the sprint mechanic, which is really annoying because you don't know when it's gonna run out. And you always think you can go a little bit further,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden your character like decides like, oh, I'm a little bit tired, I'm gonna stop sprinting.
Oh, I'm a wee bit tired. So I gotta wait for Robin here, but I can just mess around with this rubble and kind of like just
So I'm
Walk up
gonna
it
I'm
real
gonna do
weird.
this like quite safe and just hide at this first hole.
The creature's best chance for survival would be to attempt an escape from this vessel.
The turbo lift kills all the drones in the way for me, except for this new one that spawns, and that's where I'm gonna hide. And I'm gonna wait for the second turbo lift. And then I'm good to go around the corner. That mine randomly appeared, but that's okay. And I gotta wait for this turbo lift. And this is
don't get
the
hit.
last one I have to wait for.
Captain, are you all right?
Did you just get run over?
And yeah, that's yeah.
Spock was like, "Captain, are you alright?" And I was like,
I know my way around the turbo lifts.
This ain't my first rodeo."
Yeah, sometimes like I found the turbo lift sometimes destroys the mines that are on the ground, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure exactly how it works. It's just random. And unfortunately, that time like it didn't kill me, but it did get rid of all my shields.
This next section is just kind of like running.
And if you remember earlier into the run,
Scotty?
Spock can like jump over this railing a bit earlier, like I could at the start of the game.
I can actually jump over it much earlier, but because I actually fall down the turbo lift shafts, So I don't actually have enough health.
It's Spock's long legs.
Yeah, it's my long legs. That Vulcan physique. So I'm gonna scan this guy to disable his invisibility, and then we can start actually killing him.
He's hacking into our systems. We've lost all control, shuttle bay.
There we go.
Sweet, that was quick.
Most riveting chapter of the game.
I am attempting
Flashback.
to access this Gorn's memory.
It's all flashback.
We have
Yeah.
an interesting debate here too.
Oh yeah,
That
you've got this.
we need your help with, chat. We've been discussing it for months,
They conquered their galaxy,
like since we first started running this game,
crushing every planet they encountered.
and we can't solve it, can we?
No. See,
Every night it's an argument.
yeah, I firmly believe that this
Like-
planet is tiny.
I believe that ship is really big.
It's got to be a tiny moon.
Like, look at this. Look at that ship.
How
Look
small
how
is
big
that
it is.
planet?
That's a big ship.
It's a tiny planet.
You know, one's in chat if the planet's small. 2 if you think the ship's big. Help us out. Because, like, we've been arguing about this for months.
Winner gets a
Is it a big
rake.
ship or is it a... Yeah. Is it a big planet? Small ship? Big ship, small planet? We don't know.
We can actually sprint through these little, like, blue sections to start the cutscene earlier. It's not very obvious that you can do that. Big ship, oh my god.
Yes, exactly. Look how big it is.
It's tiny.
It's a big ship. See, that one's small. The ones in space are big. I knew it was a big ship.
Yeah, Night Mooney's got my back.
No! No! It's a big ship. I'm telling you.
It's tiny planet. Yes, I'm winning.
So
3-1.
this game
bitch.
game's set between the first 2 J.J. Abrams movies, so Star Trek
and Into
2009. Yeah, Star Trek 2009 I think is what they call the first one, and then yeah, Into Darkness.
Did it really take 4 years for this to come out?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think J.J. Abrams even expressed like his disappointment in the game because it didn't sell so well.
What an asshole.
Man, it's a big ship, guys. I'm telling you, it's a big ship.
So coming up is Spacebar Mashing Simulator for me. Oh no, it's after this. I was literally too excited. There's like...
My friends, I hate to interrupt, but we have a $20 donation from Timeless. He says, Tiny Planet.
Yeah! Oh, Timeless! No!
$20 dudes.
Timeless. It's a big ship.
It's a tiny...
But yeah, I'm getting me all fired up. I hit my headphones.
It was actually a good time for a donation too, because we're just kind of like... running here.
Goddamn Timeless. Thank you for the donation.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, guys.
Love you. Go on, Robin, give him a little kiss.
Just for Timeless, because I know him.
$5?
Yeah, sure.
I think this is one of our more
It's
consistent ones.
it's a big ship.
Is this game trying to be Mass Effect? Kind of. It's like a mashup of Mass Effect and Gears of War and Uncharted.
Bit of Tomb Raider, Lara
Bit of Tomb
Croft.
Raider. It's one of those games that like takes a lot of elements from lots of different things.
Oh, there it is, Spring. Oh,
Yeah, $5.
I hit it, man.
You
No.
owe me.
It's not too bad if we die here.
We have a little game that makes it so we don't get angry at each other.
I knew it would happen. See, this big whole debate about the planet and the ship
Oh, come off it.
startled me.
That kind of got me thinking that maybe this game is a real-life representation of copy of your friend's homework to make one mega assignment.
I was
That's
gonna,
exactly it.
I was gonna say it's the ultimate year of 2008.
Yeah, the mechanics are a bit older, even though it came out in 2013.
Yeah,
You'd be
it's a-
playing this in 2008.
Oh, you ready, Robin?
Yeah.
This is Robin's little
Maybe.
time save.
The tower that shot us down is
Yeah,
up
so I
ahead.
found out
Our
that
shuttle will not get far if that
instead of
tower
having to
remains
climb up this
operational.
little cliff here,
Let's take
I
it.
can walk up these rocks here
Too hard.
Because we can't
and
jump.
hopefully.
Oh, look at you guys.
There we go.
Spock. Yes, Captain. You tell me that with great
So I'm
frequency.
ready for the dialogue to finish, and I can just jump into the cutscene instead of having to climb up that little ledge.
Yeah.
About half a second, guys.
The absolute
You're welcome.
image of speed. We can move during
welcome.
this cutscene eventually, and it's kind of awkward because their like orientation is locked with the camera.
The enemy appears to be cloaked.
So
How do we uncloak
while
them?
we're holding W, we're
Our
moving
tricorder should
forwards.
be able to reveal them, if
But
only temporarily.
now I'm holding A to run sideways.
Yeah, like we can't press W, otherwise it, like me here.
Hit the checkpoint.
I'll spring out.
I'll just
Yeah,
load the
hit it.
checkpoint. Oh no, I'm up. I'm up. Spock, you bloody go.
Run, Spock!
Run.
Looks like a dead end.
So yeah, that part's a little bit weird. Like
Yeah.
the guys have snipers.
Way for one of us
Um,
to get across.
They take us downhill quick.
I'd say it's probably about 50% we get through without going down these days.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so in this part, Robin's... Wow, I can't believe that went through his legs. Robin's... Well, Kirk's got to make his way over these rocks so we can extend this bridge that's to my left. Somebody's... Oh, I'm down.
Oh,
Should be fine. I should be able to get this guy from over here.
yeah.
I think I already got him. Stand up, Spock. Come on, man. I'm relying on you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little roll off there. That saves a bit of time. No, I got shot off.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
You guys sniped me. That's why I need Spock here to cover me.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So you guys get to see it again.
Got to be a way around this thing.
Oh, it's because I have no health.
There may be a way for one of us to get across.
Yeah, you went down.
Yeah. I didn't realize I was so low.
Yeah. This time we'll do it properly.
Okay, I'm just gonna... There's a health station over here. And an ammo station. I'm just gonna park my ass by these.
And yeah, I can also skip doing like a really slow balancing like plank move there if I jump before I hit it. And it just allows Kirk to basically skip the whole plank and sprint through it.
There's some more invisible... Oh, I think I just interrupted my reload.
And yeah, once again, I'm gonna do a little barrel roll at the end here.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I missed all those shots.
There's also another little tiny stealth section up here. There's a camera that we gotta stealth past.
Yeah. If we get spotted by the camera, it starts spawning drones and it's super annoying.
But anyway, I started blasting.
Is that bad? I can assure you that it is not.
Yeah, the game tells us to stealth through that and like hack the console, but it's such a waste of time.
There's actually only one time in the game where we listened to it. And we only figured out that it's faster last night.
I'll let you explain this part because you go first.
Okay, so in this section there's a bunch of enemies, and if we get spotted, it starts spawning more enemies, and it's awkward because we need to do a two-man hack to get through a door. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing left here and climb up a little cliff, and we're actually going to kind of seam walk up a rock and go around here. And that kind of lets us avoid all of the enemies, except for this last Gorn guy who I think he spotted me.
That's a bit
And I
weird.
missed the shot. But it should be okay because
good.
there's nobody else
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah, it didn't let anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if we go the normal way, it'll trigger all the guards, but if we go that way, it's only one guy that we have to take out.
Man, I
Yeah.
need your help with this system.
Sometimes there's a drone there that'll spot me when I shoot him, And that's why I was kind of waiting for that drone to go away, but it wasn't an issue anyway. Do you want to explain this room because you do more in it?
Yeah, so basically, at the start of that level, you saw a giant, like, building with, like, a yellow shield. We need to disable that shield before we can climb it.
Every time, man. I don't have the software suite on.
Need me to get it, or
No,
will
I
you get
got
it?
it.
Okay. So yeah, basically, we need to take out, I believe it's 3 power cells, and then I gotta press a button, and it'll deactivate the shield outside, which will allow us to climb up and blow up the AA gun. It's basically a giant AA gun.
Yeah.
And it's stopping the Enterprise from flying down to the planet. That's why we were wingsuiting down from like a further spot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go down this hatch here. Oops, if Swap will let me. And I'm gonna get the first of the power cells. I don't actually know when you get your first one.
Yeah, I'm just going down now. So this is my first power cell.
Oh, whoops,
It's actually my only one. You're the one who gets 2.
Spock, what are you doing, man? Just climb.
So yeah, another cool little thing here is Spring's about to trigger a little cutscene.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit late for it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm waiting here for the cutscene to trigger.
It should trigger now.
And basically, I can run around in this cutscene, which is just a cool little thing. So if I'm a little bit late, I can run to the button while it's in that cutscene and always make it on time.
And then I'm just gonna leg it out of here. Not really worrying about the bad guys. So I just need to get through that door up there. And Robin should be right behind me.
Yeah, I also do the same. Sometimes, like, it can be done a little bit stealthier. It just depends, like... I think it's based on sound. Sometimes, like, they'll hear something and they'll, like, turn around and look at you.
Mm. I think there's some guys that I sometimes kill because they're in the way, and that might be it. Like, there's definitely some of the bigger blue boys that I could stun and take out.
We're in. Thanks for the help.
We're in. Thanks for the help. So yeah, that big metal thing behind the ship that just got in the way, that's the AA battery, and there's a ladder on the side of it that I need to climb up. So what's going to happen here is Robin's going to give me some cover while I just sprint across the area, and he's going to get going in my way.
Indeed. You think we have enough charges?
Maybe I can, there's one guy I can shoot, and if I hit him correctly, he, like, flies really high up into the sky.
Yeah, he goes soaring.
So I'm gonna try and do that. He's the red guy up ahead.
Yeah, that guy right there.
Alright, so try and get him right in the head. Unfortunate.
Disappointed!
You know, it happens. Just like internet dropping out.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, you can't deal with it. There we go. I've planted the explosives on the tower.
Yeah, another wingsuit section.
Yeah. This is so Robin can try and win his $5 back.
Enterprise, launch torpedoes on my mark.
I'm done ready, Captain.
These are pretty straightforward. Like, you'd think like maybe it works like you can hug one side of like the screen, but it's actually a little bit harder than that. You actually have to maneuver around. There's one later on in the game which you don't really have to do anything. Like literally nothing.
Enterprise, your assistance is much appreciated. Thanks.
Captain, we're seeing a lot of Gorn activity out here.
Let me have a look at my phone and see if it's making... Oops, if it's doing okay.
Have you been spotted?
Negative, sir. The interference from the rip has kept us.
My phone's almost out of battery.
Hey, guys. Happy for you to continue the small talk, but the longer you keep chatting, the more likely those things
Yeah, it's fine.
spot us. And I, for one, would prefer not getting passing into a
You've got a
full
really
warp
awesome section coming up.
Yeah, absolutely gripping.
Try to remain safe up there.
Riveting.
Thanks, Captain.
Captain, there
You're
are
gonna
very
be
capable crew. I
sitting on the
can
edge of your
handle
seats.
Whatever situation may present itself.
I hope you're right, Spock.
I can also.
Planet is crawling.
Man, you were late.
Oh,
You were so
Yeah.
late.
He didn't want to sprint
there.
there. But some like it doesn't really like it does nothing, but I
Yeah.
can get in the water before Spock.
Well, I guess it
But then I jump over his head and I end up being ahead of him anyway. So, you can press spacebar to swim faster during these underwater sections. But I don't actually think it makes any difference.
It only works once, and then after you press it once, like you can't press it again.
There's some mines in these caves, which can actually be kind of awkward. Because we need
Yeah,
max
we
health
actually
for a
have-
jump later on.
Yeah, we actually need to deactivate them.
chilly, but that
It's
wasn't
very
so bad.
important.
We have yet to make it through all the caves, sir.
We can tank
Ah,
one
you're kidding me,
mine
right?
blast,
There's
but
Yeah.
if you take another one, it'll eat into your health, which you need. So I'll let Spring go first here, because he's the mine deactivator
Am I? I thought that was you.
of the team.
I'm not the demo man. For the most part, we don't need to worry because we just go around them. They're like not actually in the way.
There's one tricky one. There's like one more. I think there's one more water section after this.
Yeah.
And there's one mine that you come around the corner like really quick, and it's right below you, and that's probably the most difficult one to deactivate because you can't see it until you're right on top of it, and that's the one that normally gets us.
Me.
But like once again, like we can tank up to one mine shot, and that'll just get rid of our shields.
Unfortunately, we can't use our guns under here.
To the right there. There's also a weird little thing that happens up here occasionally. If Spock gets out of the water too early,
Yeah, I
and
actually
I'm
have to
still
wait
in it,
for.
I can't. Yeah,
If I don't
I
wait
have to
for.
go first.
Yeah, if I don't wait for Kirk to go first when when this cutscene ends,
That's actually the next one.
Oh,
This is the jump.
I'm stuck in the water.
Are
Help.
you?
Help! Spock!
Oh, I've already gone. You'll get there.
Yes, just. Okay, I'm out.
It's surprisingly awkward to for them to grab the ledges to get up out of the water, and I think that's kind of why the next part is why I glitch out all the time, because it's kind of like whoever's second has the most issues.
You know what it probably is?
Fascinating.
It's probably
My tricorder readings.
because if you're in the middle of an oh yeah.
Life form? Yes, Captain. Some kind of life.
Ah, you can kill those bugs.
Sometimes you can, yeah. But my crosshair will be aiming there, and I can hip fire them. So it's not too much. I'll let you get to health first.
Yeah, he makes me go first because I always fuck up.
Whatever that is, that does not look
No, sir.
Remember, it's right the whole time.
Yep.
No lefts.
Spock, take out that nest.
I still can't see a damn thing.
Ah.
Yeah,
still
basically
can't
what
do
I'm
it.
gonna do is since I'm second, I'm gonna shoot a couple here, so Spock can get ahead to the right. Yeah. I saw
realized-
you going there.
I realized what was happening.
So yeah, basically I cover Spock for the first half, and then he covers me for this section.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're golden. Hurry up!
Surprisingly that section's a little bit difficult, because you get staggered when they blow up. And hopefully we can get the double vent here, and we have.
Never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually looking forward to getting back in the water.
And then after this water section, it introduces another enemy who's also super annoying.
So yeah, this is the part where I should get out first.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, we have to reload the checkpoint. It's really strange.
Yeah, you could see Kirk kind of like crawling on the floor there. You're fucked up.
I'm
aren't you?
actually stuck. Yeah, you'll have to reload it. So yeah, this is like one of the weird things that happens. I'm basically stuck in cover and I can't leave it until we reload the checkpoint.
Yeah. Whoops, I didn't mean to use the sniper there. So these are like little alien dogs. They'll jump on you if they get close to you and knock you down, and it's actually a pretty big time loss.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and shoot as many as we can. And like, kinda cover each other as we do it.
Okay.
Oh, there we go, one's got on me.
Almost there. It's a nasty little virus.
No, I missed that jump.
I gotta tell you, those Gorn are everywhere. Zulu stunned a pregnant female that tried to attack us. Then, like an idiot, I tried to perform
Are you right there?
Yeah, there's...
to save the
Yep.
little bastard.
So I'm gonna try and do
Oh
this
my
little...
Spocky.
Nearly bit my hand off.
Yeah, so sometimes you can use that little ledge on the right there to get a little boost and skip having to do this section that we just did.
You got it, Jim.
But it's surprisingly difficult. Like, I'd say we get that maybe 2 out of 10 times. And that's like between us.
I never
Hey, Genesis, hey. I'm a Trek pro? Yeah, I'm a Trek pro.
get it. You're the trekkiest trekker there was.
Yeah.
This is another $5
I'm
section.
a Trekker.
A trekker. I'm just a trekkist.
Think we can actually get across?
Yeah, this is another $5 section. Some kind of tight platforming. I did alright, how are you doing?
I'm doing perfect. What? Yeah, a Trekkist and a Trekker.
Yeah, I've only like watched Star Trek 2009 and maybe the first episode of, like the very first Star Trek episode. That's about as much Star Trek as I've watched.
I've I've watched most of the movies and not the TV series, unfortunately.
We're getting close. You are correct.
And yeah, one thing that we haven't really spoken about is each gun has like a secondary fire. And with the sniper rifle, it shoots a 3-burst shot.
Oh, you got
And
that.
we can one-hit these turrets with it.
They're protecting a way in.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Genesis, that's really messed up.
Oh, really?
Let's go this way.
Well, you know, there are those real hardcore Trekkies out there.
Those
Trekkers.
trekkers.
They're out there.
They're out there.
Alright, this is like another kind of weird section that works in a certain way.
God, please, I hope we're almost there. I can't take
So I'm gonna let Kirk
Basically-
go first.
If we are going to reach tomorrow,
Yeah, I gotta take out this guy
inside the complex.
up here,
my thoughts
and then
exactly.
Spock will overtake me, and he will take out a guy on the bridge up ahead.
Like the creatures we met
And while he's doing that, there's a security camera that I have to disable with my stun shot.
This is what the Gorn
And if Kirk goes first,
They are allowed to
the
harness
camera
power
seems
of
to
the
always
device.
spot him. But if it's Spock first who takes out that red Gorn, the camera doesn't see him. Probably because Spock's a bit slimmer than Kirk.
We can defeat this system, but only if we work together.
It's my darker outfit. It's all that yellow you're wearing. There's one more Gorn on the bridge behind us who like takes ages to turn around, so we've got plenty of time to do this hack. And then we're gonna
And yeah, here we'll
stock up.
replenish.
And then because I'm first, I'm gonna take out this turret that's gonna be in our way. Yeah, it was a flop halve, so like they pulled it from Steam.
Big
and
flop.
huge flop. Massive. plot.
Basically, I believe JJ Abrams said like he wishes he could have like had a bit of input.
Spock, any idea how we can find Tamar?
If we can hack into a security terminal, we may be able to discern her location. I have set our
Because I think everyone was pretty disappointed. Oops, sorry.
Except for me. I've been loving it.
Except for me and Spring.
It's so fun.
The only two people that love this game, apparently. Right, I'll let you take out this guy here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Spock, are you saying what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
just after this.
These items could only have come from Starfleet officers.
So this is a new type of enemy. They've got a axe and shield. The game likes to treat this as a boss fight, but it's like they've given us these snipers. Go for it,
Legitimate
Genesis.
question. Let's hear it.
You getting this door?
Yeah, awesome. Yep.
It might be better
You
for
get the next one, and I'll...
Tom to answer this if he wants to come in. So I'm going to dip into this room and I'm going to refresh my tricorder.
And I have to activate a door, and I'm also going to replenish my ammo, which replenishes our tricorder. For anyone new that's in here, we got a one-time instant hack with our tricorder, but we replenish that by getting
That they are experimenting on
ammo.
indigenous creatures.
What?
Oh yeah.
I think either of us want to know.
We've got to get to Tamar.
Your assistance
Pick
will
whatever
be
seems
constant.
interesting. Maybe save
Yeah.
Meryl for the... has Metal Gear Solid happened already? Maybe it has.
I don't think so.
We're in. Thanks for the help.
Anything to make Python
This
do extra
appears
stuff.
to be some sort of prison.
Could Tamar be here?
It is possible.
Let's keep looking.
Oh, yep. I think I'm... That was weird, but I'm okay.
Okay. That's another one of those
Kirk's never
cutscenes.
done that. Yeah.
Another one of those cutscenes that Robin gets stuck in.
So once again, like, I just gotta enter this
It is
room,
Commodore Daniels.
secure the cells, and it opens the door for Spring to run through.
And then I have to wait for him to catch up for this double door anyway.
Captain,
Yeah, we don't have any donation goals for this run.
We could have had one. Like, there's DLC for this game which changes their outfits, but since this game is like gone from existence, we can't purchase the DLC anymore, so we can't get the extra outfits.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been cool if we could, and it could have been a incentive, but fortunately we don't have access to that.
It's sweater Spock and leather jacket Kirk.
Yeah.
Commodore, we're gonna get you out of here, sir.
Captain?
He's a
So this is Commodore Daniels, who's the guy who was a bit of a jerk earlier on in the game.
What? You led
Still a
them
jerk.
to the starbase. You did this. to
You
me.
did this to
It
me!
was your ignorant and reckless need for recognition that opened the rip and brought the Gorn through. You abandoned your crew, you lied to Tamar. Your actions killed Surak. You...
Starfleet will believe me. They'll understand my work.
Yeah,
will
the
live
sharks
on.
in Australia.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if the sharks bit the
No hope of
cable,
saving her.
you know, that leads to Spring's house for his internet.
To her, what they have done to the rest
Wouldn't surprise me, you know? Sharks nibbling on them fiber cables under the water.
Okay, so Robin's gonna open the door for me.
Once again, this is the third time,
Love you, man.
and not the last, actually. Yeah, so we kind of divided this into like, you know, since I opened the door the first time, I'll open them all the time. It can get a bit confusing if we swap the roles around. So we're trying to keep everything. You know, I'll do the doors. Spring will do like hacks, or you know,
Okay, this part coming up.
just divide it up.
This is the start of the game. So the timer starts.
When it says ambush.
Yeah, timer starts when he says ambush.
There we go.
Official rules, by the way. Not my fault.
Surrender may be our only option. No!
Don't give him an inch.
Captain, grenade!
Captain Grenade.
Those damn water sharks, man.
I'm skipping this cutscene.
Awesome.
Spock,
Okay,
new ideas here.
oh my god, I always forget which of these corpses has the right climax bow.
So yeah, this is a little arena sequence. Pretty straightforward.
We need to find a way to free Tamar.
Indeed, Captain.
Yeah, it's just like, take out. Oh no! It's not even on me! There's like a yellowish brown.
If you have some ammo, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I got you. I need ammo.
Oh, I missed that guy.
Oh, wow, that went right over
Yeah,
his
so
head.
the guys with the shields take 2 hits.
Can I get a hand?
Yep.
Thanks.
There you go. Yeah, they can be a bit annoying sometimes. Like, if you stay in front of them, there's one guy there.
Yellow, brown, yellowish, brown,
Yeah.
orange, Spock blue.
I'll get there. On the right then.
Can you get this last one? Isn't the last one? Thanks.
Yep, there we go.
And this is my dog spot, I guess. This is spot.
It was a pleasure.
Just gonna pick up a bit more ammo.
Yes. Spock's gonna take him for a little walk.
That I lied to you and tell you that this is going to be easy.
You know, I might.
Then, Captain,
And here we go.
this is going to be quite easy.
He's a bit vicious, but Spock knows what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, this is
think-
all under control. We're kind of.
Yeah, basically we gotta wait for the dialogue to finish
Using the grenades.
before we can actually damage him. So
Here we go.
Nothing appears to be working, Captain.
there you go. Spock taking his dog for a walk.
Perhaps if we had another weapon.
Good idea. You didn't happen to sneak a photon torpedo into this place, did ya? I didn't think so.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for the dialogue where the characters realize that they combine grenades with the crossbows.
Significantly more firepower.
Worth a try.
And here it is.
Take as many grenades as you can carry. That thing isn't gonna go down easy.
Oh
And-
no, I was a bit too close.
It's actually a little bit easier if Spock does get grabbed,
Damn thing's hard to
because he doesn't move.
Balance of the weapon is
Overcome the opposite
Yeah,
unstoppable arena gone. I didn't realize that objective.
Yeah, if Tom's around, he should be able to read it to us.
Wait, dude, you need to skip this cutscene because I've got a HUD error.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll do it. Whoa, you're on the ground. Never happened before.
Okay, so this is a mano-a-mano brawl punch out with Kirk and Spock.
It's what everyone's been waiting for.
When we first did this, because like we have to match E to resist, and we have to overcome each other. When we first did this, it took so long.
Yeah, this is about 10 minutes worth of smashing E.
Yeah.
We have a donation to read if you guys.
Yeah,
have a
go
little
for it.
bit
That's
of
fine.
time.
Other than
Legs. As expected, Genesis coming in with $20. He says shark water poppin' juice.
Oh, thank you, Genesis. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. It's a little joke we have between each other. Jubes are like a little Australian lolly. They're like really sugary. Spring, you've maybe had some before.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said to her one day, like, oh, I got a pack of Jubes with me, and she's just like, what are Jubes? Like, what a weird name for a candy.
Twizzlers.
Like, I just thought Jubes was like, you know, everyone knows what they are.
It's
But apparently
Jubes.
not. They're Jubes. Sugary little candy. You can squeeze them a little bit.
You can squeeze them a little bit.
Yeah, you can squeeze them. That's what you do, right?
With your teeth, maybe.
No, with your fingers. and then you eat them.
In this part, I run ahead to the back section here while Robin calls in an orbital strike from... Oh, it's not an orbital strike. He calls in a strike from Sulu.
Yeah, and like once that comes down, sometimes these guys are alive, but it's okay. It's normal. And then I come up here, and then Sulu should give me another one.
Yeah, and that should make it a two cycle. Looks like he failed us.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit iffy, and like it'll miss like it thinks like these guys are already there, but they don't die because they're not spawned or whatever. So it says like, oh, you haven't done the second strike yet.
Oh my god, it's giving us a fourth one. What the hell?
Wow. Yeah, this is... Yes, Sulu. I've done it.
Way ahead of you, mate. Okay.
He's not even letting me... Yeah, there we go. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a little strange.
By the way, your run has just hit a new milestone.
Mm-hmm.
We've officially gone an hour without spring stream crashing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Praise the speedrun gods.
What's the timer at?
You're at 147. Or sorry, we just hit 148.
Yeah, we should still be underestimate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when we submitted our time, some things weren't discovered yet. And since then we've like progressed, and like I think we saved around 20 minutes from our first PB.
Because we've only been running this for a couple of months, and we're really the only people who have kind of actually put any work into it.
That's also like one of the exciting things. Like when I was looking for a game to speedrun, like Spring was telling me that he like routed, alone in the dark, found like pretty much everything by himself. And I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty cool experience. And I saw Star Trek here, and it's like no one had done a run at the time. And I'm just like, it would be cool if we could, you know, figure out all this for ourselves. It's a really great experience.
Yeah, I know. I really love doing this kind of stuff. Just having a more modern game-ish to route and figure out the speedrun for, because it's you don't really get many chances to do it.
I have to say, I think that's really cool considering I pick my speedruns based on my short attention span.
I think my speedrun's based on dialogue.
We must consider the possibility that Mr. Scott is infected, or worse.
Captain, I'm here.
Back at you, sir.
What's the status of my ship?
She's in pretty bad shape, sir. Those greenies have the bridge. The warp core is down. Emergency life support is holding, but I don't know for how long.
Captain, it is essential that we get the warp core back online.
That one's free for you guys. Little dance for us.
Scott, we're on our way to warp core.
So coming up is Scotty and Keensa and the Tale of the Warp Core. Oh, actually, no. We've got to do this first.
It's soon. Like, it's just after this.
So we're going to switch to our remote connectors. They're like the long-range scanners. There's a two-man hack
Which
here.
we can do in the cutscene.
There's a two-man hack here that we need to do. And with the long-range scanners, we can actually access them from a distance. So
Mine's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, Robin's is more difficult than mine.
Got it.
So we can actually get this done without being without alerting the guards. Oh man.
I'm telling you, it's a weird desync.
And then we can just kind of like blast through this room without having to worry about fighting doodles. I just mantled a dead Gorn. Oh, and also we were doing some practice last night and we found a little optimization here.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get it. If we don't, then it's not too much of a big deal. Like, I just failed it, so I'm gonna go the normal way.
I'll let you run past. I got it.
Yeah, so you can see Spring's like quite a fair bit in front of me.
Yeah, I'll use this chance to pick up the Starfleet rifle. Dead Space is another one of those ones that I would be interested in doing, but really you can only have one co-op run under your belt, otherwise you're just like... it's too awkward.
And here's Scotty, probably like the guy who put the most effort into this game,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Show us Big Scotty.
You want to see Big Scotty?
I
Oh,
think you're obviously
my
right.
gun won't come out.
Oh, that's awkward. That happens to a lot of men.
Alright, there it is. There's Big Scotty for you guys. Look how big he is.
Massive Scotty. Come on, you. This is that one section where we actually follow the game's instructions and go stealth.
That appears to be the last of
And now we have to wait for Keensa.
I'll pick up this gun here.
We get a commendation, 300 points. Yay. I mean, I think I could actually buy something.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, we got, like, a ton of time, so, like, I could get, like, the firing stabilizer, which will help with accuracy.
I could get the triple
fire
burst.
rate booster.
Whatever.
Like, once again, that stuff's, like, all optional.
Mhm.
And it's very minor, the differences.
Yeah, we gotta wait for short stack over here, though.
Yeah. And we gotta go through this twice. There's another section later where we have to wait for Keensa, but we may have found something last night.
During our practice.
Yeah, during our practice, we found something completely random. And we can skip about 6 objectives, basically. I want to say 6, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, we didn't do the math on it.
Just gonna make sure everything's... You wanna go? Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna have to
yeah,
shoot me.
Damn it. Okay, sorry. I can't open that hatch for some reason. Robin has to
Yeah.
do it.
It's a little bit weird.
There we go.
So yeah, normally what we'd have to do here is press 3 buttons and kill all the Gorn. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an out of bounds that leads into another out of bounds.
Robin's gonna go. We're
And
both gonna
Spring-
go out of bounds. Robin's gonna go more out of bounds, and I'm gonna go back in bounds.
Yeah, so it's an out of bounds to out of bounds, and then out of bounds into inbounds.
So I'm gonna drop down onto the
Right.
platform here. This is the same room we were with Keensa before. I'm gonna backtrack over here. Have you gotten?
Mine takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
There's like an invisible wall, and I need to make sure I'm on the right side of it. Otherwise, he won't jump out of bounds.
Yeah. So you'll see that little
we go.
yellow symbol on my stream that's Robin, Captain Tiberium
And
Kirk.
yeah, so basically, I'm outside of the whole map, and I'm skipping all the objectives that we have to do inside. And what I'm doing is just walking straight ahead, and eventually I'm going to land on this hallway here, and I'll be able to open this door for Spring to walk in,
Yep.
and we'll hit a checkpoint. And like with this game, I can't get back into the hallway, so Spring has to load the checkpoint. But yeah, that skips that whole section. It's a ton of time.
And then Robin's gonna actually
it even-
backtrack and hit this ladder, and that'll spawn
Yeah,
in
so
the
once
bad
I get
guys
to
in this
the-
area.
Yeah, once I get to that third light, it should spawn in all the guys, yeah?
Yep, they're here.
Right, sweet.
So we just have to kill 3 guys, these 2 big Gorns and any human. Yeah, and that'll spawn
you go.
2 more blue guys down the back. I'm just gonna kill the guy on the left because he gets in the way.
Yeah.
And then that triggers this dialogue. And usually we would have to wait for Keensa to do another slow walk up to another panel.
Yeah.
To,
It's 30 seconds of him walking.
yeah, it's so bad.
And like before he gets to walking, we gotta kill all the enemies in the room. And that takes more time. it skips having to lower the cores in that room that I went out of bounds in. So it just saves a bunch of time. It's like 6 or 7 objectives that like we completely like pass.
Yeah, and also it keeps the cancer objective active for the rest of the run. So we just kind of bail on cancer and everybody forgets he exists and, you know, just assume he's dead. Rest in peace, cancer.
I got injured everywhere.
We hardly knew you.
Barricade ourselves in here, but those little bastards are persistent.
Poor little guy.
I don't know how long we've got.
And the antidote.
I can synthesize an airborne.
I can synthesize an airborne vaccine.
And like, I'm sure some of you have seen the Star Trek movies, like the 3 newest ones. And like, all the voice actors are here, but to me, Bones, he sounds a little different in the video game. And like, I can't quite pinpoint it.
Not that I am aware of.
He just sounds a little off.
Oh, somebody's...
Yeah, I just do my quick sprint walk.
Oh my god. One sec, I need to get rid of a notification on screen.
Yeah. So yeah, like once again, we're gonna split up here.
Use your phaser stun setting.
I'm gonna take out a few enemies for Spring. And I'm gonna wait for him to walk into that room and activate like a little trigger. And that allows me to hit this button.
So it's this trigger here. Did that work? There we go.
We need to redirect power using these access points. Our tricorders will help us.
Can't work without power, Jen.
How's it going down there?
Yep, there we go, got it.
Yep, and my one's just in here. It takes me a little bit longer to get mine because I have to run around.
Dr. McCoy, I assure you the lecture is not over. Sit tight. You've redirected enough power to the system. Now we just need to send it to.
Yeah, we head back to this room, do a little hack.
Yeah, little 2-man hack. Little...
Ones you've seen throughout the game.
Yep. I can't fight it anymore.
And before, what I used to do is shoot the mines at the staircase that we used to run up. But turns out there's actually a ladder here.
Recently discovered a ladder. Oh wait, where is it? Let's see.
Right here.
Just gotta make sure there's
Yeah,
nobody
this
on the
ladder.
other side.
Antidote dispersed ASAP.
Actually found this yesterday. This ladder.
We're under attack. We need help and I can't hold them much longer.
Bones, get me a location.
They're in the observation lounge.
Mr. Chekhov, if you can hear us, we are on our way to your location.
They breached the hull. We have injured.
And yeah, now we gotta go save Chekhov.
Yeah, the ultimate skip now is Chekhov's skip. We've already got Keynes' skip.
Yeah, so we've made a plan. Basically, there's like 3 characters you meet towards the end of the game, and that's Keenza, which we found the skip for yesterday. Then we meet Bones, who you know, gives us a bunch of objectives to do, and one of them is to get Chekhov here. And it's like another one of those slow like carry. Like Spock has to pick him up and walk him to safety.
Oh no, I have the long range scanner on still. Can you get that?
Yeah, so yeah, I'll get it. So yeah, our plan is to figure out a Chekhov skip eventually. Because as you can see, it's quite slow for Spock to walk him back to Bones.
It's so
To make it a little bit easier.
Yeah,
to make it a little bit easier for Spring, I clean him out for him.
Yeah, he runs ahead and takes out some of the bad guys that are along the way. $30. You'd be dreaming.
We must make every effort to stun and
Bones, we found Chekhov. Get ready to receive more injured.
So yeah, I'm just cleaning them all out. Make it a little bit easier.
Oi man, can you turn off your phone? Thanks.
Yeah, do you want to talk about how we found out of bounds in this area, but like we can't get to the objectives?
Yeah,
you want to explain that a bit, String?
There's like 5 different walls that we can clip through, There's one that's kind of above the floor we're on now. There's a blast door on the opposite side of the room that I'm coming into now that we can clip through both ways. And then there's like a shower curtain to my right here that we can clip out of bounds as well. And we've spent so much time like running around trying to find ways to get on top of a turbo lift so we can clip inside and trigger the turbo lift early and start the next level. We got really close to like triggering some dialogue with Bones early, but he didn't want to talk to us.
Yeah.
We found
You
a way to
actually
get
cloned
2
him.
Bones. Yeah, we cloned Bones.
Please tell me we have enough of that antidote.
But we just haven't been able to get anything to work yet.
Now we gotta distribute it.
Given the state of the infected,
You know, I was kind of losing hope
difficult.
in like some like skips we could find until last night when we found the Keen's skip.
Yeah.
Because like trying and like nothing was working. And like as soon as I was like, wow, like I'm out of bounds here. You know, and we skipped that 6 or 7 objectives. I'm like, all right, what else can we find? So
Yeah, and then by the end of the night, Robin was like, "Oh my God, Spring, please give up on the stealth."
yeah, yeah. Hopefully we can maybe like show off this game at a later date and have some new tricks. Yeah, we'll keep working at it. And hopefully Spring will fix his internet.
Yeah.
The sooner you two can get that vaccine airborne, the better.
Thanks for the sub, Mab. Cheers for sharing that Twitch Prime.
Jim, if you could get that vaccine in the airstream, I'd appreciate it. Things are
Alright.
getting a little crazy.
I'm
down
not
here.
usually first here.
Access the systems. Left alone.
Did you have to reload?
Yeah, I did.
That's alright, I'm adopted. There's one last guy who comes running in whenever Robin gets onto the hack, so I just wait for him to...
That's an order.
He'll interrupt us and like break our hack and everything is actually super annoying. It's totally scripted.
We're in. Thanks for the help.
Oh, I didn't get the sprint, but I got the run.
Yeah,
Dr.
me
McCoy,
either.
the vaccine has been inserted into the ship's environmental system.
So if we're quick on our fingers, we can start sprinting right after that hack. And that actually saves quite a bit of time.
Bones, are they okay?
But being able to run's a
Toxins are disappearing from their bloodstream.
nice
It's like a little,
reward
it's
anyway.
minor, but it's
But all their life signs
yeah.
are returning to normal. Captain, whatever you're doing to the
Oh, no
aliens,
damage.
take his toll on the Gorn.
Have they been incapacitated, Mr. Scott?
But yeah, we're here a little bit early, so the Gorn's combat AI hasn't been turned on yet.
We're not
So they're
out
just kind of
of
like standing
yet.
around.
They're breaching.
We're on our way, Bones.
Whoa!
Whoa, that's getting too close for comfort. Watch those doors.
Okay, that's good.
Well, it's good that Bones talked to us.
We weren't sure if
weren't
doing the
entirely...
we weren't sure if doing that Keynes to skip broke Bones there or not.
What a relief.
Thank God.
So yeah, this is basically another like kind of arena combat where these guys keep spawning. Spring's gonna leave a bit earlier and go to the other side to prepare for the next set of guys.
Yeah, they would spawn in through here around this corner. Here they come.
Yep.
Don't let them through! Damn it, this is a hospital, not a shooting range.
This is a hospital, not a shooting range. Oh. Actually, just switch to my phaser.
Most unexpected, sir.
Even if it is Mass Effect, the Star Trek title. Oh fuck! Sorry, I jumped the gun.
That appears to be the last of them.
Good. Now let's
I'll
end
forgive
this.
you.
Mr.
That's
Sulu,
okay.
you ready to go?
Thanks.
And I can kind of like move at the end of this cutscene. It doesn't really do anything. Because we can't figure out how to get into the turbo lift.
Yeah.
A bunch of like...
I'll stay here and look
Yeah,
at
so there we go. I'm running through.
You do what you need to do.
Gonna get some health here while I can. So yeah, this is basically the turbo lift that takes us to pretty much the final level of the game.
It is the final level of the game.
Yeah. Oh, the space. You got the space thing.
Isn't that...
What are they called? Rocket sleds?
Rocket sleds.
Gotta do the rocket sleds.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, actually, no, you get
Oh,
to
that's
do...
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, this is like incredibly difficult. Like it's so difficult that it took me hours to learn how to do this.
Yeah, I'm not even.
And you want to know how I learned how to do it? By not pressing anything. My hands are off the keyboard, off the mouse. You don't have to guide this ship at all.
And that's the one like frame of Uhura as well. That's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend.
It is.
Questlove's in the house.
And yeah, so this is like the rocket sled, rocket sled level.
Yeah, get to the rocket
The
sled.
final one.
We still have to meet Keynes for the warp drive controls.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still waiting for us. Yeah, this is the final and most difficult one. Like actually difficult because it'll take ages to figure out why you keep dying.
Exactly.
That explosion there?
And it's oh.
Did you actually get...
Almost went... No.
Oh, okay. That explosion there
though.
sticks around for ages. And you can die in it.
Yeah, there's like a... what do they call them? Like a transport ship that explodes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's... For like the first couple of days, we're like, what's killing us?
Why do we keep dying?
It's your fault.
Why are you doing
There's nothing on my screen. Yeah, and what I'm gonna do here is like the same thing as usual for the cameras. Is I'm gonna stun it for Spring, and he's just gonna run. So he's got the easy job.
For what it's worth, Robin wants to stun the cameras. I didn't make him.
That
do
is
it.
true.
He's the one who wants
I've got
to.
the Counter-Strike background with the aim.
I think we can force this one open.
Yeah, we haven't been doing a lot of the grunts this run. The thing me and Spring like to do is like, anytime a character's like prying open a door, they make the grunts, and we like to emulate them.
Or if there's a line we like, we'll say it at the same time.
So I'll get this door, yeah?
Yep. We're taking heavy damage here. We can't take too many more hits.
Just try to hang in there a little longer.
Right, that's the door. Get that camera for Spring, and like once again, we're gonna stick to our roles, and I'm gonna unlock a door for Spring here.
Yep. I just
by
need
using
to...
one of my instant hacks.
There we go. And then I think there's a guy here that I need to shoot twice. Oh. Okay, I got it.
And I stun this camera for Spring so he can take out that guy stealthily. And we can get through this section without alerting all the guards.
Yep.
And I gotta tell you, it's really annoying if you alert them.
Yeah, because they keep shooting you through the window that's in front of us, and they'll come into the room behind you, and they don't stop
we basically
spawning.
can't do this hack if we alert them.
By the way, guys, just so you know, when you're about ready for time, just let me know that time's coming up.
Okay.
Yep.
You'll know. Alright. This is Robin's favorite room.
I'm gonna play it safe
Me
here and
too.
just like wait for it to go off.
Yeah. You can get onto the
It
top
does
of it.
weird stuff.
You can get on top of it while it's going up and like roll onto the other side. It doesn't save any time because we have to wait for the second pillar to come up anyway, but
It's incredibly weird. I blame it that this game is like no one's playing it, so they're not like, you know, fixing what's wrong with it.
Oh yeah.
So the desync's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm a game designer.
Oh no, Spock, what are you doing, mate?
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't really matter because
There's
only
a
one of
cutscene.
us can really climb up here at a time.
I think there's a cutscene here anyways, isn't there? Oh, nope.
Maybe. How many times have we played this?
A few. When did we start running this? Like late
YouTube, man.
February or something?
Um,
I hate it when you say that.
Because I remember
yeah, maybe in January.
because my internet was bad all through January.
They appear to be bioenhancement.
Yeah, maybe the start of February we started.
You hearing this, Bones?
Sounds like damn genetic engineering to me.
Indeed, Doctor. This may account for how the Gorn have been able to
Whoa, this is
biologically
weird.
enhance their
I'm gonna let you
species.
go first here.
Okay.
This place is massive. We'll never find the helios.
Sorry, my whole floor was invisible, and I just didn't want to walk out just in case. That was scary.
Spookers. So there's a guy that spawns
There
in
we
here.
go.
He's like a bit of a mini boss.
This is this is probably the second, maybe last second mini boss.
Look out!
He's a big boy, I'll tell you that.
We gotta get to that targeting platform.
Do you have a plan, Captain?
We hide in those tanks and hide.
So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
basically
first.
like what.
Should be able to get up there.
Yeah, I'll let you explain it.
Okay, I'm gonna go first because at the end of this room there's a
Running into danger.
little pod that we need to scan to trigger the next load. But I'm also gonna pick up these plasma grenades for the final boss as well.
Perhaps Mr. Scott can be of assistance. Mr. Scott.
I think normally we're
Sweet.
supposed to like jump or climb down there somewhere, but you can just get it from a distance.
Captain, you there?
Copy that.
Our shields are at 30%. We can't withstand
So yeah, this part of the game gets a bit crazy here. So me and Spring are gonna like communicate with each other a bit,
Yeah.
make sure we're doing the right things.
Yeah. So we're stealthing the first little bit, aren't we? And you're not gonna activate that
Yeah,
button early.
I'll let you activate. Yeah, I'm gonna swap to the remote connector.
Okay.
Found this ship
Can we?
central.
Oh, we can't actually change
Like
this
it's
part.
connected to the rest of the ship through those giant.
And then we also gotta remember to swap back to the instant hack,
Yes.
because we'll need that for the very final level.
The
Yeah.
consoles, we will be able to sever the connection.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go first here.
They are tracking us.
And there's one turret that we have to avoid, and I'm just gonna stun it.
Disable them, Mr. Spock. Sometimes it's more fun just to shoot things.
If Kirk would stand up.
If the real Kirk could please stand up.
So I'll go through, and I'll wait for Spring to spawn.
Yep. Here I am. So Robin's gonna stun that guy.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna take.
I'll go up. I can cover you a little bit.
Okay. All right, I got my two.
Okay. In one,
Okay.
two,
Good.
last one.
and here we just have to destroy the drones before we can hack this.
We might have had time to actually do it.
Yeah, maybe. We did that really quick. Like, that's probably the smoothest we've ever done that section.
Yeah, it's usually bedlam. Do you want to try? Oh no, no, no. Okay, I'm coming in. You did my one. I don't know how to
Yeah.
do this.
Swap, swap. Sorry, that was a bit weird. I was trying to do Spock's job.
This is why I'm the commander and you're the captain. All right, now while Robin shoots out the eye, I'm gonna run over to the this teleport pad over here.
Do you have health to jump down? I'm gonna do the big jump.
Okay, sure. Whoa!
Yeah, so if you have enough health, you can jump off that platform.
Won't be easy, but we may be able to get out of this alive.
He's standing on it. Because you.
Yeah.
Your celebration.
Hey, you wanna get on it?
premature. We still need to proceed.
Yeah, I think we had to both get there.
I think you were just being a
Um,
silly Billy. Alright, this is the second last section of the game. We need to climb up this room. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, there's like two bridges. It involves teleporters, so like we gotta run around to the right, teleport up, run around to the left, go through a bridge, fight some guys, teleport up again, fight some more guys, and then teleport to the final boss.
I'm just gonna get the ammo that I don't need. Oh, actually, I do need.
Without warning. The outcome would be catastrophic.
We better hurry up.
So yeah, a lot of guys spawn here, so it can get a little bit sketchy. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. You can run past most of them.
I'm gonna pick up the first Marauder I find. It's the Gorn shotgun.
How many more of these things are there?
I'm just gonna grab health here quickly. Activate the bridge. And this is where we come across like the first like mini boss of this section before we go up the next level.
Gorn brute.
And at the moment we can't do damage to him. We gotta wait for him to get to this little box. And just like the previous like bosses that pick up the canisters, we just blow them up. Sometimes he charges at us if we don't kill him quick enough.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, not too much time lost there.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm low on ammo, so I'm gonna refill.
Oh my gosh. Oh, where am I?
This is where we go up a level.
We're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
And there's two of these guys that pounce on us here. So we're gonna take it a little bit slower and take them out so they don't jump on us. And I'll mount that guy.
I'm gonna stick around here and actually take out some of the dudes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna activate the bridge and go across. And then a bunch of like another mini boss with 3 guys will spawn. Just gonna use this shotgun with the grenade launcher to hang around as quick as possible. There we go.
Did you get them all? Cool. How many grenades do I have?
Yep.
42. Alright, Tom, we're coming up on time.
Yeah, it comes up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Basically, you will see like the big final boss. You can't miss him. He's the biggest guy in the game.
Not
make
bigger
sure
than
you
that
swap
ship.
to the instant hack. Yeah, he's bigger than the ship. So I gotta swap to my instant hack real quick here.
Yeah, I think I need to too. I tried to get it in before this cutscene triggered.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
I just want to remind you, Rob, it's actually 3:07 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, so it's I have to say, even though it might be the biggest thing in the game, I'll still miss it.
Alright.
We need to hack these 2 platforms to take a shield down on
Let's try
the
that.
thing, and
Alright, here he comes.
big boy spawn.
So it should be about 4 grenades here.
We gotta take him out to get to tomorrow.
There he goes.
Yep, and time.
That's time, yeah.
That's time. He goes down real quick with the grenades.
We actually, that's how we killed him when we first played the game. And we were surprised.
Yeah,
by
we
how
found it
quickly
accidentally, actually.
Yeah.
Normally you'd like shoot him and it takes forever, but I randomly decided to throw a grenade. But yeah, guys, thanks for sticking with us with like some of the internet dropouts, and it's been a pleasure showing you Star Trek. I've been ROBBENFF.
I've been
Spring, if
SpringStingray.
you'd like to say anything.
No, I've got nothing.
Alright, guys. I think we're gonna have either a little break and then Scribble Knots